This is Brent. Brent doesn't let his political views interfere with his friendships. Brent is an adult. Be like Brent. Bullshit. Now, I say bullshit about that on the surface quite reasonable series of statements because the vast majority of times I've ever seen that posted, it's been posted by someone whose political views mean some other group is less than human, doesn't deserve the rights they do, they are superior, and hey, that's just my political views. Why can't you be an adult about it? For me, when you're talking about political differences, there are like three strands of that. Now, if you genuinely believe a particular political party or political ideology is the best way to get the best quality of life for most people, I'm okay with that. Like, even if I am with a different ideology, if your drive is, no, I think this is the way to get the best result for the majority of people, we disagree, but I'm fine with that. See, and then the next shade, you get people who go, I'm pursuing this ideology because I think I gain the most from it and I don't care who it hurts. Now, these people aren't necessarily evil, but they're not people I like. And I am not going to, in all likelihood, be friends with someone who pursues an ideology that's all to their gain and they literally don't care who's hurt by it. And I will specify that while that's predominantly for me people who I consider are being on the extreme right, there's lots of people who identify as being on the left, particularly if they identify as socialist or communist, who I dislike for the same reason. Their whole reason for pushing their flavour of an ideology is what they get out of it, and they literally don't care who is hurt by it. And I am not going to waste my time being friends with someone like that. But far worse than that are the people on the extremes whose core ideology is the complete exclusion, demeaning, or even extermination of a group of people. Whether those people are like extreme misogynists, racists, homophobes, any form of bigot, when their political views means the active persecution, if not straight up murder, of the people who are the other as far as I'm concerned. The concept that you can just call that political views is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the world we live in, it's like we're being forced to have conversations because, no, actually, being a Nazi is bad. Worshipping Hitler, promoting Nazi ideology, promoting extreme racism, homophobia, whether it's for your politics or your religion, whatever your crutch for persecuting a group, that is completely unacceptable. That isn't a view. Some religious extremists, whether they be Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, and there are extremists in all those religions who actively preach for the punishment, if not extermination, of groups they don't like. That's not acceptable. That's not a political view. That is persecution, and that has to be fought all the time. But you get this, and there's a big thing going on in America, particularly at the moment. People go, oh, you need to be more civil. We've lost civility. And that is core bullshit right there. Because what they mean when they're saying be civil, it's like, oh, be polite. Let people have these repugnant views. Don't go and fight people who have these repugnant and dangerous views, because we need to be civil. Civil is bullshit. You can be civil and be cruel. You can be civil and be evil. I don't care about civil. I care about what world you're trying to create. I don't know where everyone behaves in a civil manner but persecutes minorities they don't like. That's A-grade bullshit. Oh, look, I'll relate this. This is an actual, real conversation I was involved with. There's a guy I know and he's going like, oh, I sort of read some stuff online and I got really into it and I want to sort of talk about it, but I'll lose friends if I do. Now, I knew him and I knew what he was talking about. It was MRA bullshit. And this poor bugger was quite conflicted over a number of things that I won't go into here. But he's going on, oh, I really like some of this MRA thing. But it's clear that a lot of people will not want to be around me if I start spouting MRA bullshit. What do I do? And another guy said, oh, well, that's bullshit. You stick by your friends no matter what. You know, whether politics or what they say. You stick by your friends. I said, all right, let's talk about this for a while. You stick by your friends no matter what. So if one of your friends is a convicted child rapist, you're going to stick by them because he's a friend and you stick by friends no matter what. To which his response was, thankfully, no, that's ridiculous. That's not what I meant. I'm not going to back a child rapist. Go, well, you didn't put any boundary on it. You literally said stick by friends no matter what. He goes, well, I'm not going to stick by a child rapist. Cool. I'm really glad to hear that. And I believe you wholeheartedly. But what you are now saying is I will stick by friends to a certain point. There is things they can do that mean I won't be friends and support them anymore. So when you go, whether it's being an MRA, whether it's being homophobic, whether it's being a religious bigot, whether it's Nazi ideology, if you say any of those things are okay because they're just opinions, what you are saying to the people who are adversely affected by those opinions is, I don't care. I don't care what happens to you. I don't care if this ideology went mainstream. It would mean extreme persecution of you. I simply don't care. If it went up to this level, I'd care and I'd no longer support that person. But if they do this, this, and this, no matter how much it hurts you, I don't care. So this ridiculous bullshit about, oh, don't let your political views interfere with friendship, that is absolute garbage. If someone is being just a garbage person, you don't need them in your life. If they're toxic, supporting toxic views, promoting toxic views, stuff that actually hurts people, they should not be your friend. This ridiculous concept of don't let politics interfere with friends is almost always spouted by people whose political views, they're not going to get hurt by these extreme views, and they often are not, again, it's not like they're evil people necessarily, but people's thought process gets this far and stops. They go, you should be able to have differences of opinions and still be friends. Of course you should. But when your opinions mean actively hurting other people, there are repercussions to that. This idea that you should be able to behave in whatever hateful way, say whatever hateful thing, support whatever hateful ideologue you like, and not suffer any repercussions, like on a social level, that's ridiculous, it's cowardly, and face up to what you're doing.